Topic of councillors. Are the majority of councillors spenders with a hidden agenda? Mark Thomas Farley. Mark, they appear to be on the surface. They're all well-meaning, but they appear to have an inclination towards spending rather than saving. And I've got to give Chongi his due here. His compass has always been pointed at saving money. From the time that I've got to know him, watched him in action this last 3 years, that's his focus. You make your own mind up about whether you think they're spenders or not, because that's something that everybody has a slightly different opinion on. But there's certainly an element of councillors who have a tendency towards breaking out the chequebook rather than is this the best way we could spend this money, or can we peel some back a little bit on this job? Gary Broughton Sattler, you've raised a big question here about the public, or the transparency of who voted for what. Absolutely, that should be made public. It should be recorded on everything that we vote for, and there is a function that we can add into our program that runs through this stuff that we go through on the agenda. It's electronic, it's blind, nobody knows who voted for what until after the votes are all electronically lodged, and that's the sort of system that I'll be implementing. We'll be putting it up, it'll be publicly made information. You'll be able to link that to the video about the discussion, and every vote, if I'm elected, every vote that gets cast on every topic will be made and available publicly. Hamish Kyle, you need to have more support from the councillors, as without them when it goes to a vote you may not have the numbers to make the changes you seek. Well, that's what is called democracy, Hamish. There's some things that I can put into effect with the Chief Executive to improve some process at Council. It will not need a vote. They'll be made by the Chief Executive under the direction that we want to take this term. But yes, that is the danger of getting too hard on a position. You have to learn to be able to think about what you're voting on and adapt if you need to. I can only hope that the councillors around the table will see the common sense that we need to have at council now. That's what's been sadly lacking. What other councillors support you, Max, so I can vote for them to make your job a bit easier? Grant Matheson. I guess, Grant, the shortest answer I can give you without tapping anybody out in a public space, which I'm not comfortable to do, would be my policy that I'm looking for is councillors who support a rates cap. Now, a rates cap, I'm getting a fair bit of attack on that, but it's one of the tools that I'm going to need to stop the tendency just to go to the highest end of the budget on everything. It's a tool that I can use, or we can use as a council, to say the spending at the levels it's been cannot continue. Don Openshaw, thank you, Don. That's a big question. I'm not sure how the new council will function to its full potential. I would be over the moon if the new elected councillors will all work together. It's called teamwork. Councillors need to work together as a team, but they're all allowed to have different opinions, and the beauty of it is that when you sit around the table you need to have an open mind to listen to what people are saying so you can deliver a team decision. That's what I want to see this term. Unfortunately, you have tied yourself with Chong, so that's a big no from me. I respect your position, Doug, and that's fair, and that's what's called democracy. If you're willing to listen to what I'm saying through this, maybe you might change your mind. Murray and I think alike on many topics, but not all of them. We do differ on things, and we respect each other's opinion. That's part of what the job is about. But I will be going forward with Councillor Chong at my side. Should councillors' perks be cut? Close the lean line, axe the green area, and cut council member perks. You get my vote, Max. Brent Crow. Councillor perks. Yeah, that's a topic that's fairly near and dear to my heart. I think if you look at Councillor Chong's insights page and you see the expenditure, and if you wanted to dig deeper in that, you need to go into some of the reports in the Finance Audit and Risk Committee. I've never sat easy with taking perks. In fact, I've taken none. and I won't take any this term either. In saying that, there will be a bit of travel to Wellington. I'm working out how I can balance that out for the people that are ratepayers and have to pay the bill. But yeah, the perks, I don't think I can directly stop them, but I'll certainly be encouraging members to consider their actions and lead by example. Wendy Ann, will Gareth as CEO go? As I understand his huge income after his absolute disgrace, can he be replaced? Thanks Wendy Ann. I'm not in a position to answer that in a definitive way. What I will give you is the rules around it, alright? So, will Gareth as CEO go? I can't answer that. He will make that decision along with the group of us. And I don't want to prejudice either Gareth's position or my position or my councillor's position around that. That's not fair to anybody. His income is, yeah, that's fairly standard across councils around New Zealand now. There's not a lot we can do about that. That's set by salary bands. We can certainly encourage a new CEO or Gareth to consider the salary, but again, that's a question that can only be answered after we've gone through the process post the election.